uncircumcised. Hey everyone, so I know we hate Xbox, but today I need to play the victim because my views are fucking dropping and I need like more subs and sympathy points from people. So as you know, Griffin and Fratanga are toxic Xbox fanboys and they have no control over their fans, which is so dumb. And then they send their fans to give me death threats and it's like, what the frick? I don't like that. And these people are basically the same people giving me death threats, so, you know, I'm kinda mad. Yeah. Kim Josh-un reviews out. Fuck you. Uncircumcised.
I think one of the dark sides of doing YouTube is something that a lot of people don't really see, and it's something that like I personally see and have seen for years and years and years, and you know, you keep on plugging along or whatever. And I think that there's even a case where probably even some people that dislike me go, and I've seen some people actually say this to me and they don't like me. They go, man, I got to give you credit. You just keep going and going, despite the fact that, you know, basically people straight up threaten you, bully you, harass you.
Oh no, you're getting made fun of for objectively bad takes on the internet. I shed one single tear. You do know that there's like a block button or a do not disturb button, right? Honestly, I kind of get the threatening part of this. It's not really normal to threaten people on the internet. But see, what you do is you write those people off as absolute degenerates and not take them seriously. Or you could just laugh at them like I do. And you might say, well, Josh, I don't like the fact that people are making fun of me at all. It doesn't matter if I can see them or not. Then get the fuck off the internet. There are going to be people that don't like you. That's how life is.
You know, like this kind of stuff goes on quite a bit. It goes on YouTube. I mean, it goes on in the comments. It goes on in, you know, the chats. It goes on social media. Thankfully, like on social media, I know a lot of people think that as long as you add somebody at social media that they're going to see what you have to say, which isn't necessarily the case for me, because the way that I have my Twitter set up, unless you verify your email, I'm not going to see your tweets at me.
And what is that gonna do, really? People literally just verify their emails and then bother you from there.
And the reason why I do that is because trolls won't verify their email. And
have you been on the internet for more than 2 seconds? Yes, they fucking will.
So you don't see that. It really kind of eliminates a lot of the low quality stuff like that. And you can also filter out words and stuff like that, which is something that I use quite often.
Why am I not surprised?
When I use social media. But something that is like, so like it's so funny to me, because originally I was just like this little crappy channel, and I'm still just a crappy channel.
At least he's got some self-awareness.
Whatever. I get the joke, but to me, the interesting thing is, like, I was just doing like reviews and stuff for my gaming clan, and it was not a big deal. You know, I'd put them out and just have fun with it. It wasn't anything special. And I did one video about I was going to buy an Xbox One instead of a PS4 because I could only afford to get one at that time. So and you would not believe the amount of like threats and harassment I got over that.
I mean, it depends what they're saying. If they're saying things just kind of making fun of your opinions, that's fine. That is on you for taking those criticisms personally. For the death threats, once again, those people are not normal. You should not be taking them seriously.
And that's how the whole thing started with me and Next Gen, and then we were doing BGST and videos and all that kind of stuff. That's basically how that got started. So but lately it's like the level of harassment is just really unreal. Now, I didn't screen capture it, and I should have before they deleted it. But the same person harassed Red Dragon, who also does like YouTube videos and stuff like that. Where the latest thing is, these people wish that you catch COVID-19 and, you know, wish this stuff on your family. I mean, this is over video games, you know what I mean? And
And again, I've said it 3 fucking times already, why are you taking these people seriously? You're drawing attention to those people and making it seem like this really bothers you, multiplying the people threatening you. Now, if they started doxing you, giving out personal information, that's when you should definitely be worried about this shit and start talking about it. But when they're essentially saying the equivalent of die lol in a reply to one of your tweets, I don't really think those people are entirely the issue in that situation. I'm not saying that those people aren't an issue, because I know some retard in the comments is going to twist my words around to make it seem like that, but if what these people are saying is so mean, just ignore them or block them. It is so fucking simple. But no, you had to pull the pity card in the midst of getting ratioed on damn near every video just to finally have somewhat of a positive like to dislike ratio for once. And it turns out it didn't work out too well for you.
And the interesting thing is, for me personally, is I don't understand how this makes much sense. And I realize that there's probably people out there that go, oh, well, yeah, and these are uninformed people, by the way, that maybe have seen something that I've said 7 years ago and that I apologize for, or something that somebody photoshopped that, you know, because they don't pay attention to the names or whatever, and they believe that I said, you know, or third or fourth hand knowledge or whatever, and so they go, well, you get what you deserve, you know what I mean? Like,
once again, it depends what they're saying. One of my biggest issues with this video, and why it's genuinely kind of bothering me, is that he mixes in people joking around and people laughing at him in with people actually threatening him, which those two situations could not be further from the truth. One of those is perfectly fine, and it's on you for taking those things people say personally, and the other is people hoping you fucking die.
the interesting thing is that, to be honest with you, I've never wished harm on anybody, right? Like, I've made some jokes, and I've obviously apologized for all that stuff. People always forget to leave out those parts. And
what about the things that these people said? What if they were joking? To be fair, I don't really know the context of the situation, because according to Crapgamer, these people deleted the tweets, but I mean, obviously they took it back if they deleted the tweets, because if you stand by something on Twitter, you don't fucking delete it, and for all you know, it could have been a joke.
You know, all this stuff is from like 6, 7 years ago, and you know, some of it even misunderstandings, but I've never gone out there and wished harm on anybody. You know, I've never wished anybody to get sick or anybody to, like, that'd be absolutely ridiculous. Like, the level of kind of, I guess, hatred.
Hatred is not the word, use retardation.
It's really kind of, and lately, it's just gotten to this obscene level where, you know, it's surprising, because the funny thing is I get called toxic, quote unquote, quite a bit, or radical, or what have you.
Are they really wrong? I mean, you complain when more people get to play a game, but stand by when Sony charges you $70 for games, charges for online, or just has objectively broken games at launch. I mean, is that not toxic?
And then if you ever look at the things people say about me, even in the comments in my own YouTube, right?
Really? Then let's do an improvised trip into the comments of this video. Okay, so I decided to click on the newest video because obviously there would probably be some people joking around in that video in the comments of it. So this video has been out for like probably 7 hours, I'd guess. I'm not really sure. I didn't really check. But just someone making fun of him. Someone making fun of him. Someone making fun of him. And then, like, yeah, it's literally just all people making fun of him. So, I don't see any, like, threats or anything. So, like, yeah, again, there's probably gonna be, like, maybe 1, 2, 3 people threatening him in the comments of his videos, but it's not like, but he's making this out to be like it's every other comment.
It's like super harassment, like, to be honest with you. So I just find it to be very hypocritical and very interesting that kind of happens. And something that you guys probably didn't realize is the level of like death threats that I get, the level of threats to my family that I get.
And those people are mentally retarded and should not be taken seriously. The fact that he just keeps repeating himself so much in this video gives me an even stronger feeling that he's trying to rub this into your head to gain sympathy points, and that's genuinely fucking disgusting.
Level of threats to just everything, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Just over, a lot of this is just mostly over video games, over opinions on video games, which I find very, very ironic and very interesting because they're just opinions. I mean, honestly, we all have our own opinions about this stuff, so...
Unless they're just objectively wrong opinions, like the time he said Days Gone coming to PC was anti-consumer and somehow devalued the PlayStation brand, when PlayStation exclusives really don't sell that phenomenally to begin with.
Like, where does this stuff stop? Is it because, you know, I used to be an Xbox guy, and so now everybody's like, oh my god, but you know what the funny thing is, I'm still an Xbox guy. I was just an honest Xbox guy. So people get pissed off about that. They don't really want to hear the truth about what's going on. They just want to hear, like, positive stuff, and, you know, oh, well, okay, that's great, you know, we're, you know, Xbox is the best box, as long as you're, like, chirping.
No, there are plenty of criticisms that people have made toward Xbox that were great. How the Xbox One was kind of shit, Halo 5 campaign was ass, MCC was buggy at launch, and those are the genuine criticisms that people should be giving toward Xbox. But when you're saying retarded shit like Game Pass is inferior to PS Now, and Xbox has no games, and PC ports are bad for the gaming industry, then people are going to call you out and laugh at your retardation. And yeah, like you said earlier, there are people threatening you, which is not okay, but I find it really fucking funny how you ignore all these criticisms people give to you and lock yourself in this PlayStation echo chamber, but the moment it's convenient for you can come out of that echo chamber and beg for pity points like you're doing in this video.
For that stuff, then people, you know, will always kind of look at this in sort of a way that, you know, that we can see what's going on. I like, for me personally, like I said, I don't mind the level of nonsense with me or whatever, right? Like, I've always said, I always have respect for the ones that sort of can, like, we can talk trash back and forth all day long, right?
Except for the one time you genuinely seemed pissed off when Griffin was talking about you.
Do that, and as long as we don't get personal, and that's how I prefer it. But then once, you know, people start getting personal, that's weird to me, right? Like, why would anybody want to get personal over somebody else's opinions on video games or threaten somebody over video games? I never understood that. I'll never understand that. And you know what? I quite frankly feel sorry for people that do that. Realistically, it just comes down to cowardice, the anonymity of being on the internet, and you know, it's like, I've never met anybody in real life that has ever behaved in such a way.
No shit, it's the fucking internet. It's going to happen. Like, this is gonna sound like I'm kind of begging for pity points like he is, but I'm not. I'm only saying this to show you that this is nothing new. But even I have gotten threats in some of my comments. It's fucking retarded, but if it bothers you so much, then leave.
To where they do that. And so you just get the feeling that the people that say these type of things, just kind of lack courage in general. And so without that safety of, you know, being behind that, they would just never do that in real life, in person, or anything like that. And, you know, that's probably a very smart thing for them to continue not to do, because at the end of the day, you know, first of all, to make threats on the internet is like one of the stupidest things you can do in the first place, because you're not going to do anything.
So even you know that these people are complete jokes, so why the fuck are you making this video if you're not gonna fucking laugh at them?
And on the second place, is it worth it, right? Like, is it worth it to, you know, whether, okay, so let's just say you're an Xbox guy or girl, whatever, and you're threatening the other side. That doesn't make your thing look good. It makes it look worse.
Are you seriously going to generalize the Xbox fanboys that are mentally retarded and are making threats to people about shit with the normal Xbox fans who just call it your bullshit? I genuinely don't know why I thought higher of Crapgamer.
Right, so it makes Xbox look worse. It looks the Xbox community look worse. If you're threatening developers, or you're threatening that group of people, like another thing, like Xbox fans are like harassing Does It Play, which is like this group on the internet, and they test like games, they're all about game preservation, and when they found out that this high level of DRM exists on the Xbox Series X, a lot of Xbox fanboys just took to harassing them, so much so that they had to make their profile private. You know, like, this is unbelievable stuff to me, like, when we see this. And for me personally, I just look at this and I go, you know, I find it to be pretty incredulous that people are just so, are we so, as you know, it's 2021. Are we so used to this kind of stuff that we just let it go?
And here is the whole, I can't believe that in 2021 people are still doing this, where he's taking the moral high ground. People are always going to say things that you don't like, especially on the internet. If you don't like that, then you should probably not be around people too often.
Someone else, but basically it doesn't do anything. You know, it's like, I'm bringing awareness to it because I think some people don't realize it. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me because...
Right. You wanted to bring awareness. To what? That people give other people death threats? The fuck? I'm pretty sure if I were to even ask one of my parents about that, they'd say yes. You wouldn't have fucking dragged on the video for 10 plus minutes if you didn't want people to feel sorry for you. You would have just retweeted one of the retards and laugh at them and then just leave it at that, but you did the exact opposite, and despite what you say, it still feels like you're begging for pity points.
This type of stuff, like I've said, internet strangers with words never really affects me because they don't know me. So, like, how could I know you? How could you know me enough to know anything outside of an opinion on video games, right? Like, you don't...
So I just wanted to leave that last part in just to not have people in the comments calling me out for saying I've taken stuff out of context, but the rest is just him repeating himself, saying that these are just consoles and shit, which they are. But again, the amount of times he's just outright lied or got pissed at the smallest shit, like how he responded to Griffin that one time, I kinda get the feeling that he's lying about this. Could be wrong, this could be the one thing that he doesn't lie about, but again, if he wanted to raise awareness, why didn't he just screen cap the tweets and talk about them there? Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you really liked it, maybe hit subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.
What are you going to do?